Greetings everyone, my name is FlareBlitzed here. We've returned back to Immortal. Unfortunately, we're not immortal to the one thing that will take us away from being in life, which is dead. If the door's busted, there's no way to open it. Unfortunate. How unfortunate. So we discovered a bit about... Okay. More to this. Phoebe? You okay? Nicholas? Oh. Nicholas is hurt. Is something wrong? Can't take... I've got to take these damn things out. Do you mind giving me a second? Sure. Thanks. Take these out. Is it some medication or... Thanks, my eyes were killing me. Damn contacts. Ah, I didn't know you wore glasses. Yeah, I try to wear contacts more, but they really don't agree with me. You look good with them on. What? No, I don't. I think he looks cute. Excuse me. Cute? I'm not cute. Someone's blushing. Well, Nicholas, I've never seen you blush before. It's a good look on you. You both suck. Okay, take these goddamn things off. So, contacts indeed. Well, and Nicholas's price got a little bit of a change, which is nice. Some differences there. Right, let's get onwards then. Let's go onwards. Let's go from here to where we need to go next, which is we don't know where. We've got no keys, so therefore the only thing we can do is explore. She looks very pretty. Yes, she does. Are you sure? You sure about the bloodshotted vision that one probably has of the individual themselves? Library. There's a big gash in the floor. Who the heck made it? Dare they? Something here. Spirit corruption. That's the thing we raid in order to rescue Phoebe. So where's that Cieran? I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind. If he is around here. Nope. At least you thought the game crashed there, but no, it's just broken floor. Broken floor in the game, not literally a broken floor. Well, the mirror's damned. Thank goodness. It can't capture any more spirits into it and corrupt them. What can we do now? We haven't probably checked the up. We haven't probably checked Cieran's room. Is this something? There's a diary. I cannot believe such a tragedy took place here, even though I'd seen it with my own eyes. Was soon to. Okay, I've already read this. Nothing else needs to be noted. These bottles are of no use. Well, you could pick one up and use it as a last resort defense weapon against that psychotic individual. So where are we now in this game, in this universe, in this realm? Nothing there. This way? Door's busted. How very, very grateful of that. Busted, okay. Door's locked. We need a key for that, so that is inaccessible for the time being. Okay. Little bit of a panic there, because we didn't know that was going to be a thing. Broken floors just appearing like that. Left, right, center, up, down. Exaggerated there, I know. Nothing of interest, nothing of interest. Just absolutely nothing here is of interest. The map itself is of interest, but there's no items for us to be able to acquire. Diary here. I've already read through this. I'm just investigating everything just to make sure that I am not missing anything out in this game. I think. Even though you've absolutely thoroughly checked everything, there's always bound to be something which you've missed out on. And it's always the most out of the way, unobvious things. It looks like a part of the ceiling just collapsed. Well, maybe we can climb it and get to the ceiling and find out more. Where is Cieran? I just want to find him and kick his... Well, kicking him in the head. There we go. That's rescued me from an awkward situation. Okay, where's the music gone? No, background music is accessible, but it's just at the moment no music is playing. Bookshelf contains multiple books on music. Don't think music's gonna save us unless it's one of those really weird animes where music is the only way to counter evil. There's a broken cell phone. Yeah, like I said, we could use the cell phone if we can repair it. Therefore, we can find out information about the family that lived here, including Phoebe, and more importantly, Cieran. Just a pile of bricks. Nothing else. Nothing else to add on that. We've literally found enough. Oh, this way? It's firmly locked. But we do know where that goes, which is good. There's gotta be something which I've overlooked. We haven't found it yet. But it's something, somewhere, somehow. But why? Were these always there? Probably. Oh, music does play. And who are you? Who is one, Trouble Rat? Can I help you with something? Who are you? What are you doing here? Seems like I should be asking you the same thing. Where do you want to know? The name's Shuzani. Not that it really matters. Did you just arrive here? It's not safe here. Like I don't know that. Hey, you mind doing something for me? What is it? I want you to go check out this room for me, alright? It's not too far away. Here, take this key. Room key, let me know what you find. Why are you grinning? That has evil intentions in the eyes when you grin like that. Unless you're just genuinely curious. Look, can we get the rope? The rope can be very useful for other things in the game. Like, I don't know, tying someone up or strangling someone or hanging someone. Maeve's key, the name Maeve. Third floor is engraved on the back of the key. Oh gosh, so it's on the left side, isn't it now? One of these rooms we couldn't get in. Not this one. It has got to be the door's locked. No, it'd have to be further along, wouldn't it now? Door's busted. And there we go, Maeve's room key. What can we find in here? I figured there would be at least one trap around here. Why am I the only one getting caught on these though? Just unlucky, I guess. Hey, I'll cut you loose. Okay. I was thinking just because of that floor there, maybe I could have gone around the trap. But that's not going to be the case, unfortunately. Maybe there's no diversions because I went into that trap. Maybe there's a time thing where if you looked at it long enough, people would be able to see what the trap is before just suddenly looking in. I guess I could take a look at one. Wow. Closed that really fast. I'm going to put this back and never going to look at it again. Really, Nick? It's a oh, now I see. Well, what is it? This one isn't really for your age, Phoebe. This isn't meant for any age. Don't worry about it, okay? And the room suddenly just lit up. Yes, no. No. What about... it could have a key in it, you know? Okay. Ah, a photo. There's a child's drawing on the table. 2 people. Who are they? I found a really weird book, Shuzani. It's not meant for public or human consumption. When I say public, It's not meant for the public eye to view. You see this book right here? Yeah. It has some really good stuff in it. Let's report back. Well, how does it go? Got a little tied up. You knew about the traps? Oh, did I? I must have forgotten. You set us up on purpose? And what if I did? It's not like I have much else to do here. What, you're still here? It's no fun anymore that you know that I've been messing with you. Fine, if you really want something to do, you can look around okay. Master bedroom key. Don't you find anything? But if it keeps you busy and away from me, go ahead. Gosh, you really don't like us, do you now? Damn you, I shall not forget this, you little one. So where would the master bedroom be? Master bedroom would probably be on the right side. Doors to busted. Damn it. One of these over here then. Busted. Not this room. This is the study room. Maybe it's close to the study. Doors again with these busted doors. There you go, master bedroom. Whoa, this certainly is a big room, is it now? No traps for me. Well, there's a big gash on the floor there. What the hell happened there? I want to know what the hell happened to that floor there. Theories down in the comments section, please, of what the hell happened to that floor. Well, the trouble is, my friend's mama woke up, and instead of getting herself back up on her legs, she just fell onto the floor, and that's how that happened. Sorry, mama jokes just go way too far, and they're too old as well. So old that you can consider them, I don't know, so old that they're forgettable. There's a photograph on the floor. Why are we here? The person's photo looks a lot like Cieran. Got the old photo. Again with these floors. I know we're so used to these kind of things, but it still shooks me. Mainly the sound. The sound is the thing that really kind of, I don't know, makes me flinch slightly. So I found this photograph. Do you recognize yourself or your friends in it? Oh, maybe that big hole in the floor is how she died. Could be the case. Or he. Or them. Not here to judge. Begrudge. I found this photo of you. Look, I don't know how many times you are going to keep coming back, but buzz off. Here. What is it? This looks like yours. Just take it. Yes. This is yours, right? At the park. They take picture. Take. Take them away from me. What's going on? Why? What is happening to me? Is this the personnel that was the noble who was killed? Don't look at me. What the hell happened to her? She couldn't bear living without them anymore. What is that supposed to mean? Spirits normally get those crack marks if they are malevolent or even thinking of doing horrible things to others. But in our case, we have these crack marks because we're so tormented over loss. It makes it really easy for people to believe that we are the hostile ones. In our case, Phoebe, do you mean? You're covered in them. Why are there so many? I've lost more people than I can remember. The saddest part is that I can't even remember what they looked like or what their names were. I'm sorry for not telling you. Don't be sorry. I'm sorry there wasn't anything we could do. I'm sorry if there wasn't anything we could do anything to help you. Anything to us. You already helped me more than you know. Nah. What was that? Nothing. Okay. I hope she'll be alright. got the ruined photo. Distorted. They're both probably non-existent anymore. And as for this personnel, gone, gone, they're gone. Yes. Okay. Right, so what's our next objective here? If we can't interact with them, then what can we do now? Gone. Nothing one can do. Small bit of light there. Window up ahead. And that one. And a few of these down here as well. What's next? What's next on the agenda, Batman? If that's even your name. Right. Nothing around here. Let's look in the rooms again just to see if there's anything else that we've missed. Or anything that we can do to advance the game. Because it seems like interacting with the remnants of that character doesn't do us any good towards advancing the story. And that's what we're here for. That's why you're watching. To see where the story... Was that us? Not you. Hey, will you come back to us already? So you must be... It's unlocked. Yep. Darcey, there you are. We've been looking for you. What is it? What's wrong? Don't! Phoebe? Don't go near her. Why not? Phoebe, always trying to do the right thing. What? How did you... I never introduced you to. How did you know who she is? I know her well enough. I know her well. Even though we've never actually met. Little Phoebe, who tries to stop Grandfather's work. Grandfather, you're... Augustus's descendant, yes. You've read the books around here, right? What happened here all those years ago? That incident. Darcey and Augustus were the only ones left after Ada took her own life. Augustus was struck by a carriage while he was out. It should have killed him, but it didn't. He did learn, though, that he was although he was able to create immortality, he was not invincible. That's when Lord Cieran showed himself to Augustus and proposed an idea. Why not just replace what is broken? Augustus could not bring himself to do such a thing, so Cieran approached Nisa instead. So, in her madness, she made it her wish to take care of her father, no matter what that means. And so a new tradition was born in the family to help our god to bring replacements when they are needed. So, all those people, they become replacements for Grandfather. And Phoebe, she learned what was transpiring and made it her goal to try and stop it. But no one would take her seriously, or if they learned what she was, they would accuse her of it all. And eventually, even no matter how hard she tried, they all met the same fate in the end. But she never stopped trying, always trying to at least have one person she could save. Throughout the years, there were always someone who would work for Grandfather. The person who would take over this job is given the hair clip as a sign of their commitment to this cause. In a way, I guess we become Nisa. Mother was the last one to do this line of work. However, her sickness took her life 2 years ago. Faded away into obscurity, and now only I remain. And now you two are here. Darcey, you don't have to do this. You haven't done anything that can't be forgiven yet. You haven't done anything that can't be forgiven yet. You can put an end to this. Do what's best for grandfather. No. Nicholas, it's a lost cause. Run. Morna, you saw her hold back, right? I did. If she really doesn't want to do this, why is she drawing a knife on us? She was raised knowing that she would have to do this. It's got to be a heavy weight on her mind to even think of going against it. She's always been like that. She's honestly been the only one that I've seen that, even at a young age, to say she can't go with it. I'm sorry that I pulled you back and she said she's dangerous. I said she's dangerous, but... No, you're alright. You had your reasons. Morna, do you think there is a way to convince Darcey to not go along with this? I'm not sure, but we have to give it a try. First, we need to find her again. Well, isn't that just a freaking fantastic idea? Let's go find a person who was, well, kind of having a chance of killing us outright. Let's not. Let's just go away from the murderer. And all those who are murdered, we will say their names and hopefully they will come back to us. Or we can do what we usually do and hold a funeral and do be necessaries there. Just a pile of bricks. Pile of rubble. I think some experiments must have happened in this room just because of the way that the rug was burnt out. It can't be anything sharp based. It had to be chemical based. Thinking out loud. But at the same time, it could just be rug torn. It could be moisture as well, actually, think about it. Gets under the rug and eventually makes it so sluggy that it dissolves. Where can we find said Mistress Darcey? Where can we find said horrible Cieran? Pretty intense some parts of this game. I do quite like it when it gets intense. When the dark themes come into it and come back out. Excuse me. I like things that comes and goes. Burps also comes and goes. Bedroom. Nothing. What's that, Darcey? It's coming from that room. Cieran. Are you sure what we are doing is alright? Whatever do you mean? I mean, does this really have to keep going on? Is this what grandfather would want? I've read his journals. I don't think he would want this. Not if he's the same person he was before. I know that you have always been there for my family and have been very understanding. I don't think I could take someone else's... Are you really telling me that you don't think you can handle one job? This same job that is the only reason you even exist today. I must say, you are the first to ever say that you can't go along with this. Others have talked about it, even broken their own traps they set up. But no one has ever taken a stand against our way of living. Those two really gotten to you. So, those two have really gotten to you, haven't they? Not that I'm complaining, I could use a change of pace. and I'll break you of your bad habit at the same time. What? What are you doing? Having a little fun. What does it look like? Master Cieran, you are supposed to be understanding. Exactly. What I'm understanding is that you are causing a lot of trouble right now, little one. And those who cause trouble deserve to be punished. No. Get away from me. Get away. No, don't be like that. You agreed to this when you stepped in here. Now, didn't you? Darcey, hold on. Darcey? Darcey? Just the person I wanted to see. Oh, and it seems there's a blank is with you. What? What did you do? It's simple, really. You two gave this child second thoughts and I had to step in and set her straight. So you took over her body. And I have to say, it really is a shame, but you can't hear her. She's begging, screaming even, for me not to kill you. You really did put bad habits in this child. Why are you doing this? Why even keep us going? Augustus's notes clearly say that he doesn't want this. Why keep it going? Why? Why? Because I wanted it to. What could be more enjoyable than seeing all of you hopelessly trying to fight for your lives? At first, I remained loyal to Lord Augustus. Even after all of the blank I went through, I still tried to put on a good face. Of course, even all that happened to me, I still remained loyal to him. And when he encountered a problem, I gave him an answer. He hesitated at first, so I told his daughter. She didn't even flinch at the idea. She listened to every word I said. Quickly after that, Augustus followed suit. Do you know how much of a thrill I got out of that? They would listen to whatever I said, no question. It really is amazing how susceptible the human mind is once it's been broken. You can make them do anything that you want, and what's even better is that there's never any consequences. Oh, and poor, sweet Adnet. She tried so hard to make her husband stop. And I couldn't let her put an end to my fun now, could I? And what even makes this more hilarious, he killed her, his own wife. I just convinced him that she was some illusion and she was as good as dead. Again, to be honest, ever since I've died, I've never felt so alive. And now her rebellion is just icing on the cake. I get to enjoy the killing myself. I wonder how much of a fight you will put up. Even if you kill us, people will come look at you. Give me a break. Do you have any idea how many people go missing every day? Or 100, I'm guessing. Sure, they might get worried about you. Hell, they might even send search parties for you. But after a few weeks, they'll lose interest. You'll just be forgotten about in a matter of weeks. Now give me an interesting fight, will you? Darcey, please. I know you're still in there. Morna, please. Help me. Darcey, you have to fight Dumbass. Do you really fall for something like that? You are pathetic. Are you really crying over something like this? You really did mess up her way of thinking. That's one down. Morna! Morna! Phoebe, don't. No! No! Don't worry, you're next. Phoebe, we have to run. Run, Phoebe! I'm not satisfied with this result. Huh? The door's locked. He's coming this way. Come on, I have to think of something. No more places to turn to, huh? You are aware it is quite easy to break a lock on the door, correct? What a shame. I thought we were just getting to the fun part. Oh well, I'm getting tired of this game anyway. Stop! What do you think you are doing? Maeve? So, that's where you've been all these years. You know, your dear father's been calling out to you for some time now. This isn't who you are. What are you talking about? I've always been this way, even more so when the two of you. I am not speaking to you, sad excuse of a human being. Darcey, ever since you were young, you have seen unspeakable tragedies committed here. You were raised to commit these horrible actions, but I have watched you constantly fight with yourself. If you should do these unspeakable acts, do you truly want history to repeat the cycle countless more times? No, I don't. Run. Huh? Don't speak, just run. She has brought us some time, do not waste it. Or do you truly wish for it to be in vain? We should at least have a little time until Cieran regains full control, so take this moment of rest if we need it. I'm sorry for being gone for so long. It's fine. Nicholas, what is... Yeah? Thank you for looking after the feed for me. I'm sorry about the death of your companion. Perhaps if I had appeared sooner, her death might have been avoided. No, it's not your fault. Maeve, if it's not too much trouble, why were you hidden for so long? It happened shortly after I died. Like Cieran, my spirit was able to live on again. I had attempted to get word to my father to stop him from doing these horrific actions, but to no avail. My mother, whose spirit also lingered in this house, realized it would change my father much more than I. She warned me that if something were to befall on her, I must go into hiding. Due to Cieran's influence, he drove my father to push my mother into a mirror and shatter her. Cieran had convinced my father that his mind was creating illusions that he himself would have to destroy them. My father had killed my mother without realizing that she was trying to help him. Heeding my mother's words, I hid myself in a painting to prevent Cieran from making me suffer the same fate. Not long after, Phoebe began to walk through this house as well. I had learned that Phoebe has passed not long after me, due to her being so tormented before her moment of death. It took much longer for her spirit to take shape. In a way, she had to rebuild herself all those years. She was still fresh in a way. Phoebe was not able to remember just who had taken her life. I suppose Cieran had learned of this as well, as he chose not to dispel of her right away. It just allowed his sick game to be more enjoyable in a way. What she soon learned... Bloody hell, I didn't mean to press enter! She tried countless times to get people to listen to her. Through the constant abuse and neglect, she didn't stop trying to help at least one person. She also never stopped looking at me. She called out so many times, but heard nothing. Thoughts of her suffering the same fate as my mother plagued me. I wanted to call out to her, give her even a hint that she was not alone. Even if I could give her a glimmer of hope, that would be enough. And either it was because I was so loyal to my mother or because of my cowardness, I kept my silence. Even if both of us had to suffer more because of it. Then, two of you showed up here. Even after the loss of your companion, you did not sway and lose yourself in this place. You had taken the time to actually listen to her. Even if it went against your best judgment, you still did what you could. Phoebe, you two were the first ones to stop and listen to me. Nothing made me happier. I just wish I could have saved. Maeve, what exactly do you want to do about your father now? I want him to remember who he once was, the kind, caring man I remember. I don't know if that will do any good anymore. Cieran has been taking precautions to try and get rid of all those who know him personally. I think it is because he could actually remember. Then, his game would finally end. Guess that means that we should find him. Even then. Any idea where to find him? He's below us. He has been there for a long time now. Below us, the door through the wine cellar is locked. Do you have a key? Somewhere in there, the ones who came before Darcey were quite good at hiding paths to him. I've heard of a key hidden in here. Here it is. I suppose me hiding actually did accomplish something. Here you go. Got the basement key. You will be able to go to the basement now. Are you ready to depart? Yeah, we'll head out. But, Phoebe, let me say this. If we end up hitting a point where I won't survive, I want you to run off with Maeve. What? No. You can't ask that from me. I'm just saying it's a possibility. I don't want the two of you to be separated again because of me. No, I'm not leaving you. Never again. Okay. And I won't leave you. I'm thinking that maybe we should have picked the other option. I want to get the best ending that I can of the first time, and unfortunately that's just not going to be the case if I'm just going to continue twiddling my thumbs. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Morna, we've got to run. You're right, let's go. Are you really thinking of running away? Pee off. I doubt that did much. Move. Good idea. We're going to do this option. Huh, the door's locked. He's coming this way. What do we do? I don't know. No more places to turn to, huh? You're aware that it's quite easy to break a lock on the door, right? What a shame. I thought we were just getting to the fun part. Oh well, I'm getting tired of this game anyway. Stop! Stop right there, you. What do you think you are doing? Maeve? So, that's where you've been all these years. You know? Oh, so that's the one who told us to run, actually. You know, your dear father has been calling out to you for some time now. This isn't who you are. What are you talking about? I've always been this way. Even more so when the two of you... I'm not talking to you. You static excuse of a human being. Darcey, ever since you were young, you have seen unspeakable tragedies committed here. You were raised to commit these horrible actions, but I have watched you constantly fight with yourself if you should do these unspeakable acts. Do you truly want history to repeat the cycle countless more times? No, I don't. Run. What? Don't speak, just run. She has brought us time. Do not waste it. Or do you truly wish for it to be in vain? Nope. But I'm glad our friend is here as well. We should at least have a little time until Cieran regains full control. So take this moment of rest if you need it. Eve? Is that really you? I looked for you for so long. I am aware. I'm truly sorry we had to go through so much torment without me. I had to leave you for years without even knowing if I still existed in the world. I don't care. Knowing you're okay is enough for me. But I was gone for so... But you're here now. I'm sorry. Don't be. Maeve, if you don't mind me asking, why were you hidden for so long? Story time again. It happened shortly after I had died. Like Cieran, my spirit was able to live on again. I'd attempted to get word to my father to stop him from doing such horrific actions, but to no avail. Mother, whose spirit also lingered in this house, realized the change in my father much more than I. She warned me that if something were to befall on her, I must go into hiding. Due to Sims's influence, he drove my father to push Mother into a mirror. Oh gosh, it's again. Cieran had convinced my father that his mind was creating illusions that he himself would have to destroy them. Without realizing that she was trying to help him. Heeding words, I hid myself in a painting to prevent Cieran from making me suffer the same fate. Not long after, Phoebe began to walk through this house as well. I had learned that Phoebe had passed not long after me. Due to her being so tormented before her moment of death, it took much longer for her spirit to take shape. In a way, she had to rebuild herself all those years. She was still fractured in a way. Phoebe was not able to remember just who had taken her life. I suppose Cieran had learned of this as well, as he chose not to dispose of her right away. It just allowed his sick game to be more enjoyable in a way. What she soon learned is that when people step in here, their lives are already lost. She tried countless times to get people to listen. She tried countless times to get people to listen to her. Through the countless abuse and neglect, she didn't stop trying to help at least one person. She also never stopped looking for me. She called out so many times, but heard nothing. Thoughts of her suffering the same fate as my mother plagued me. I wanted to call out to her, give her even a hint that she was not alone. Even if I could give her a glimmer of hope, that would be enough. Such a game Immortal is. And either it's because I was so loyal to blank, or because of my cowardice, I kept my silence. Even if both of us had to suffer more because of it. Golly. Then, two of you showed up here. You had taken the time to actually listen to her. Even if it went against your best judgment, you still did what you could. Phoebe, you two were the first ones to stop and listen to me. Nothing made me happier. Maeve, what do you want to do about your father? I want him to remember who he once was. The kind, caring man I remember. Do you think that would do any good? Cieran has been taking precautions to try and get rid of all those who know him personally. I think it's because he could actually remember. Then his game would finally end. Guess that means you should go find him then. Where would we even find him? He's below us. He has been there for a long time. Wasn't it locked below us? Wasn't it locked below us, though? We have no way of getting there. Get the special key. The ones who came before Darcey were quite good at hiding paths to him. I heard of a key hidden in here. Here it is. I suppose me hiding actually did accomplish something. Knowledge. Here you go. Got the basement key. You will be able to go to the basement now. Are you ready to depart? Yeah, let's head out. Let's do that very, very, very fain. Very fain, very fain. I wish we could save Darcey, though she is a bit of an antagonist now in this story. Door's busted. Who would have thunk that such events transpired because of one person? All it takes to start a war, start a horrific scene of events, is the will of one individual in a very, very rustic butter knife. So yeah, I heard the wine cellar was in here. Hey Phoebe, do you mind if I ask you something? What is it? You are a spirit, so can you go through things such as walls? Technically yes I can, I choose not to though. Why is that? I wouldn't feel human in a sense anymore if I did. Sorry. That's a good answer. Use the basement key. The floor is covered with shards from mirrors. Let's keep moving forward. Let's try and avoid this if we can. Hidden study. Multiple medical books on the shelf. Multiple medical books. Long expired medicine bottles. Time, a broken clock. Multiple. Save before we read this book. They kept track of how many people came here. Who were the ones? And why is there a hidden object there? Hallway. Don't think going into the main room yet would be very good. The smell of rotten flesh is leaking from this room. These are... Oh man. Nick. Nick, where are you going? You gonna be okay? Am I okay? How the hell are you fine with this? Nicholas, I'm a writer. You can't use an excuse for anything. Everything? Yes, I can. How does you being a writer prepare you for things like this? You'd be amazed at the things I've had to research. Name one. Not unless you want to throw up again. I like your answer there. Let's go back in here then. A rotting arm lies in a cold tile. A body not expired of life lies here. The eyes have been removed. It's a massive pile of bodies. Some have rotted far more than others. The bucket is full of rotting flesh. You can't even tell what they belonged to anymore. Anything hidden here? Or is it just story? Anything that's sticking out? Anything? Anything at all? Why are you just staring at it? Nicholas, have you been eating recently? Why'd you ask? This looks like mostly stomach acid. To be honest, no, I haven't really been eating much of anything. Well, I'll be sure to send you some of my easy to make recipes then. The snickerdoodles are always a good thing to eat if you want something sweet that will always fill you up. Snickerdoodles? I don't really feel like talking about food while looking at this. Okay. The door's locked. It's just nice to know. What a warped feeling. It appears to be full of bloody medical gloves. Bottles contain various medicines and poisons are resting on a shelf. Maybe we could take them with us. Or maybe we can just stay here and we lock the doors so that Cieran has no access. Too dark. Too dark? There's a lantern sitting here. Yeah, let's turn on the lantern. And there's something on the... In the sink! A book on dissection. The page is extremely worn and covered with dry blood. I can't read it! There's a key in a box. Visitor's room key. Nice. Visitor's room? You mean it's still in the house? Visitor's room. What the? A wooden mannequin. Sister Nesia. We should probably keep moving, okay? No kids receiving like this. Wooden mannequin. Mr. Augustus. I'm sorry I made you suffer so much. Wooden mannequin. It's more dark than anything else, are you sure? Yes. Plastic food. What is this? It's some kind of doll. It looks just like Adnet. I guess this was his way to cope with losing them. This isn't right. No, it's not. No one should have to continue suffering like this. I'm just waiting for his head to just crook it. Fake flowers sit on the table. The dresser was packed with fancy clothing. A dusty hat sits here. Flowers still here, bow. Bed. The door appears to be warped. There's no way to get through. What do you mean by warped? That mirror looks like a trap. A broken crate, there's nothing inside. What to do in this scenario? I'm pretty sure we're not far from the end of the game. A broken crate. I thought there was something on top of it, but that might just be the gash that's within the crate itself. Oh, not within the crate, but on the crate. You get what I mean? I'll say this has actually been one of my favourite adventures. Like, I kind of regretted not playing this game beforehand, because this is really nice. When I said beforehand, as in like choosing to decide what game I want to play, but door appears to be warped. I don't trust the mirror. I feel like the mirror could be some kind of trap. The crate is filled with various medical supplies. Bottles contain various medicines and poisons are resting on the shelf. So this must be the spare room? A bed that doesn't seem to have been used in a while. There are pages scattered across the table. Darcey is trying very hard on not wanting to continue in this line of work. She will eventually have to learn that it is the family's duty to continue doing this. Goes across through the generations. We must kill others so Lord Augustus may keep living. An immortal is one closest to God. Cieran tells me that she is still young and that she will eventually take over for her mother. I'm glad that guardian spirit of our family is so understanding. Guardian spirit? That kid's a monster! He made this whole family follow along in his sick game. He made them believe what he was doing it was just. And Augustus just went through with it. It's a mirror. My thought was that if we interacted with a mirror of these two, they become trapped in the mirror itself. Visitor's room. Is there anywhere in the house? No, okay, no need to go back. Where are you going? It's the broken ones. That was a bit optional, wasn't it now? Admit. Go to the room with Adnet in. Which I don't believe was that one, it's the second. This one. Can we please look at something else? Why? Morna, don't tell me you're afraid of the dolls. Fine, I won't tell you. Wow, Morna the Brave is actually afraid of something. Big talk from a guy that threw up a little bit ago. You ever want to talk? You look like you're gonna be sick any second now. Does this happen often with him? It does, but it's all good and fun. This one only reflects a false reality. Warped. Warped like my thoughts. What are we going to do? Fake food. What to inspect now? A fairly old key that appears to have been used quite often. Visitor's room key. So where could that be? It could... Okay, that door's locked. Was there any other doors which were locked? Because that could be something. One of these ones appears to be warped. Use the visitor's room key. Okie dokie. This will make sense. There's a child's drawing on the ground. It's a picture of someone dissecting a rabbit. Yeah, no thanks. There are various old sketches there are various sketches about attaching copper piping to a spine. Is this what he has been doing in order to prevent his spine from collapsing on itself? It's probably another one of Cieran's ideas in order to keep the sick game going. This is just horrible. Indeed it is. A book about dissection is on the table. Dissection is being written in two different ways in this game. Either the singular S or the double S, and it is the double S. Children's drawings cover the wall. They show various people who have been scribbled out with red crayon. An elimination game, as it were, and the red scribbles identify ones who are dead or deceased. Various books on the human body on the shelf. There is also a small rabbit doll on the top shelf. Can we take the rabbit doll for spirit? Children's drawings cover the wall. There appears to be a young girl with wings flying away. And a journal? It looks like it was written by a child. Let's save, then read it. Mom, why? Why did you do it, Mom? I don't understand. Why did you kill him? Why did you smile? You say that I will have to do this one day. Why? Mum, please. I don't want to. Don't make me do this. I don't want to. Mum, please. There's a name written on the front. Darcey. She saw all this happen as a kid. That's why she held back so much when she drew that knife on us. And now Cieran is forcing her to do this. That's very, very bad. Very bad, most certainly. Where's our next port of call? That does try and spell out Adnet. But there was nothing else in this room which we could have taken. No, we can't actually reach to that. Very, very fascinating. Who's there? Huh? Who is that? You. You don't sound like... Hey, can you hear me? Is someone else here? Yes, we can hear you. Huh? I thought it was just me down here. Ah! No. Please, don't be scared of me. My name's Derek. Man, I almost thought that you were... I almost thought that you were one of those crazy people that came down here sometimes. And you are... Yeah, I kicked it a while ago. That blonde-haired punk got the best of me and... Another spirit. You are very lucky. Yeah. Is there more like you around? No, not that I've seen of. You've probably seen the mirror shards around. I've had to do my best not to end up like them. It's been hard though, not only hiding to not end up like them, but also seeing people die like that. Or in my case, hearing it. It just makes it worse, honestly, though. Hey, you don't mind doing something for me, do you? What's that? I'd like my eyes returned to me, if you don't mind. Your eyes? Yeah, someone really close to me always used to say that they loved the way my eyes looked. It would mean the world to me if you could do that. I just can't really do it, you know. Yeah, we'll try and find him, okay? Thanks. You be safe, okay? Don't end up like us. Find your eyes. We'll start from the furthest point in this corridor and see what we can do in the next time, folks. So, have a wonderful day, folks, and see you all in the next time of Immortal. Have a very good day and take care of yourselves.